Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
It's no surprise that as life changes and decades pass, our body grows older and typical signs of aging begins, such as wrinkles and gray hair. A recent Health.com poll revealed that 67% of women, regardless of their age, have been too embarrassed about a health topic to bring it up to their doctor and discuss that issue. Dr. Rashina Raj, board-certified gastroenterologist and internist, joins us to shed some light on the most confusing symptoms women experience as they age. Good morning, Dr. Raj.
Good morning. So happy to be here.
As we get older, women sometimes are embarrassed, reluctant, or even afraid to ask their doctors about issues that they feel are not normal health issues. So give us an example of some of the questions that your patients may struggle to ask you.
Some of the topics that I, have heard a lot from women that they don't always want to discuss, but finally will blurt out, at the end of the visit kind of thing, are things that occur as we age, changes that occur in the body. And this could be for women in their 30s, things related to fashion or even beauty. So if they're wearing tight shapewear and it's making them uncomfortable and they're wondering if that's safe, questions like that. But then as they get older, for example, in their 50s, bladder issues become a big problem. And it involves 2 out of 3 symptoms: urinary frequency, urinary urgency, and accidents or leakage. And there is now a new over-the-counter treatment option available called Oxytrol for women, which women can just get from their pharmacy. It's a clear patch and lasts for 4 days, can just be discreetly worn under clothing and really help them manage what can be quite a troubling condition.
As women mature, we need to be more educated about our own bodily functions to better understand what's normal and what's not. So, Dr. Raj, where would you start telling your patients to find the information to help them become more educated?
Well, I think it's a great question. I think that these days there are a lot of resources out there. There are resources online, although you have to be careful because not all the information online is necessarily accurate or vetted properly. But if you go to some of the well-reputed websites, things like mayoclinic.com, for example, you can learn a lot about different medical conditions on sites like that. Talking to your doctor or nurse practitioner, whoever your medical professional is a great place to start. This is where that's why they're there. And even though we have limited time these days in the doctor's office, make sure you go armed with your questions ready so that you don't forget or you kind of chicken out, and really ask those questions, have those conversations. Talking to other people, support groups which are online or in person can help as well. And just as you said, knowing that other people are going through these same kinds of issues makes you feel more normal, or at least you're not the only one going through it.
All right, so whether we're the 30s or 40s or 50s or even older, knowledge is power at any age.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. And that's really part of what I want to say today, is really to empower women to take control of their health, pay attention to their bodies, and, get treatment for issues like overactive bladder or any other issue that's affecting your daily life.
Thank you, Dr. Raj, for providing some insight on some seemingly weird body issues that women believe are not normal, but actually are as we age.
That's right. Thank you so much for having me today.
You won't find most Floridians swimming during the cool winter days, unless, of course, they swim as a fitness routine to maintain muscle strength. This winter, the Multiple Sclerosis Society of America and Genzyme have teamed up to increase attention to the important benefits of aquatic exercise, especially for people living with multiple sclerosis. Joining us this morning to introduce the Why I Swim campaign is Doug Franklin, president of the Multiple Sclerosis Society of America, and Kristen Adams, MS patient and Swim for MS ambassador. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning,
Good morning, Rosalie.
Doug, may I start with you? Tell us what causes multiple sclerosis and why does MS affect more women than men?
Well, there's no known cause for MS and there's no known cure, and we don't know why it affects women 2 to 1 over men. It is an autoimmune disease, and it is something that badly affects the nerve endings, and it really does create mobility issues, spasticity issues, balance issues. And MSAA focuses on improving the quality of life for everyone with MS. And this campaign we're talking about this morning, Why I Swim campaign, as you were saying in your introduction, it's to highlight the success stories of people who swim or use water-based activity to really prove the improvement of the quality of life they have every single day. And Kristen is a living example of that.
So Kristen, how did you get involved with this campaign, and why is swimming such a benefit to those who have MS?
Well, I got involved as a producer and as a patient with MS and as a swimmer. So my story is on swimforms.org. You can go see my story of why I swim. And we're hoping that other people will share their stories of why they swim with us, so we can pick 3 people and let their stories also be an inspiration to the rest of the MS community. Because one of the most important things about swimming for MS is that, well, when you have MS, it's incredibly important to stay strong and fit and healthy. And swimming is perfect for that, because you can really have a hard time getting enough exercise with MS, because getting overheated is a real problem. But if you're in the water, you're supported by the water, you're cooled by the water, you can improve your strength and your flexibility and make friends at the same time.
Doug, with over 400,000 individuals living with MS in the U.S., they say that no case is the same. So how can these cases be better understood?
Well, again, it's almost 2.5 million worldwide cases of multiple sclerosis, and as you say, there's no standardization. Everyone deals with it on their own basis. We like to say, though, MS doesn't have to have you, even though you have MS. And so our Why I Swim campaign, to encourage people to get in the water, to try exercise activity in the water, it really is going to help improve their quality of life. The water is such a great exercise activity for all aspects of the body, but for people with chronic conditions like MS, it's even more important. So we're celebrating success stories this morning, and we're asking people with MS who do swim or have water-based activity to send us those stories, and we'll promote them on our website and through our social media, and be an inspiration for others to live a higher quality of life by getting active and getting in the pool, getting in the water. As you say, it's a new year with New Year's resolutions. Make the most of this quality of life, and our Why I Swim campaign is geared to exactly that kind of quality of life. We're delighted to be doing this with Genzyme.
Kristen, for those with MS who don't have access to a pool year-round, what resources could our viewers find to help them?
Well, I mean, I think the network of YMCAs and community pools around the country is incredible, but really it's important also to access your network of friends. And you're very lucky you live in a climate that's conducive to being outside. I also spend quite a bit of time swimming in the ocean in the summer. The really critical thing is to just start doing it, and to hook up with a buddy if you need to, because swimming can be kind of intimidating for people to start if they're not already doing it. But find a friend and just start by getting in the water. You can aqua jog, you can join a water aerobics class, you can swim laps alone or with a team, but make a commitment with a friend to do it every day. It becomes a habit that you can't live without, because it makes you feel so good and so strong. And it's so perfect for when you have MS. You can spend so much time telling yourself or thinking that you're not strong, or that you have a chronic disease, that you're sick. But whenever you have a swim workout, you spend the day just knowing about something you've accomplished that's really hard to accomplish, and you feel great.
And it pumps up the endorphins as well.
Yes, it does.
So where can our viewers find more information?
Swimforms.org will give the people all the information they need to get started. And for those that are just starting the program, we really encourage them. Talk to your doctor first, make sure it's right for you. And for healthcare practitioners and doctors themselves, we have lots of information on that website, swimforms.org. So we're delighted to have had this opportunity to share this with you this morning and all your viewers.
Thank you, Doug and Kristen, for sharing the benefits of swimming to improve your health when you're living with MS.
Thank you, Rosalie. Happy New Year.
It's a new year, and if you're feeling younger and more energetic than you look, then it's time to think about changing your lifestyle and facial habits so that your looks match your energy level. Here with tips on how to look your best is Dr. Stephen Dayan, facial plastic surgeon. Good morning, Dr. Dayan.
Good morning, Rosalie. How are you?
What do most women dislike most about their looks as they age and then they come to you for a solution to their problem?
The most common request from our patients is to treat the lines around their face. In particular, the glabellar lines, or the 11s between the eyebrows that we get with these animation movements, kind of like when we're squinting or when we're angry. Those type of lines, people like to treat those. And the crow's feet area, the lines around the eyes. And that's also a very common treatment area. And what's exciting is there's an FDA-approved treatment option today, which is Botox, which just got approved in September of this year. So now we have a new option for treating that area.
I have a very animated face. Will these movements contribute to my wrinkles as I age?
Yes, they can. At least we believe so. Over time, if you keep making certain animated movements, if you keep making these expressions, then eventually those lines start to be there longer. And they can give the impression that you don't want to give that impression that you might be angry or such like that. And that's today what we can treat with using Botox to prevent those lines from looking like that. So that's a huge benefit for us. But I think an important point to get across is that when we do use these treatments such as Botox, that it's done appropriately and it's done well so that you have some animation left. You certainly don't want to take away all the animation. You want someone to be able to express themselves and to look natural. So when it's done well by a board-certified physician, by someone with a lot of experience, you can expect to have fantastic results. And satisfaction rates are well above 90%, which is so unusual in cosmetic medicine or medicine in general to have satisfaction rates so high.
For Florida residents, like myself, who came in their late teens, many of us try to stay out of the sun. But just driving can leave our skin at risk for damaging ultraviolet exposure. Any suggestions?
Rosie, I'm so glad you brought that up, that point you mentioned about even in the car. Yes, ultraviolet A rays, so some of the sun's damaging rays can even get through the glass and through the clouds. So the most important thing that any one of us can do to maintain our youthfulness and to prevent the most common type of cancer affecting humans today is sunscreen. Putting it on every single day is very important, and we know the benefits of sunscreen are vast and it's significant. And that's the reason why I'd say I think when my kids go out in the sun, they're lathered in sunscreen. And back when I was young, it was a second thought, if at all. So I'm glad to see that more people are wearing sunscreen today.
Can long working hours and lots of stress, possibly some alcohol in between, age our skin?
Well, lifestyle does affect your appearance. How you eat, how you sleep, and stress, all of these things can be shown in your face and in your appearance. And we have a wealth of information now that what you eat and the way you live will be projected in the way you appear. So yes, I strongly recommend a strong exercise regimen, eating well, eating foods that are low in sugars, high in protein seem to be helpful for the skin's content. And if you can reduce stress, which is never easy to do, but if you can, you show in your face, you look better.
Thanks, Dr. Dayan, for all your face-friendly tips.
Thank you.
Technology in health and wellness continues to grow through new advanced monitoring devices. More when we return.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change.
Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women.
I could use your help.
Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Maybe he's really focused.
Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Do you ever contemplate what would life be like without all the technology we use on a daily basis? Technology is ever-changing, and the International Consumer Electronics Show offers the latest innovative trends in products and services to continue to change our everyday lives. Joining us this morning is nationally recognized consumer trends and technology expert, Todd Townsend, with a sneak peek of some of the latest technology available. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Rosalie. How are you doing?
Todd, give us a little history of the show and some of its highlights from the past.
Well, this is CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. It started in 1967, and this is the place where companies come to show off their latest and greatest. They're going to be coming out either in the immediate future, next year or so, or way down the road. This is the place where things like the original video cassette recorder was launched, the DVD player, the mini disc player, the first high-definition televisions, HD radio, all these technologies that we've been using in our lives now for years. Most of them originated here at the Consumer Electronics Show, and this year is no different. There's all kinds of new things and concept products out here.
Over 5,000 members of the media will attend this show. What will they be looking to cover as the hottest tech trends?
Well, some of the things here are what you'd expect, things like laptops and tablets, but there's also some people here with traditional things that are bringing them into the future. For example, right here on the set, we have something from Whirlpool called the Credenza. It looks like a piece of furniture out of, the 50s or 60s, but modern, and it's very, very stylish, and it's a refrigeration unit here. You can see, you pull it down, you've got 3 different zones for refrigeration, and this is something you could put in different areas of your home, not just the kitchen, and have it there for entertaining or whatever, and it looks like it fits right into your home as a piece of furniture, but it's actually a piece of high technology as well. I bet you haven't seen this before. This is the LG Flex, and this is the world's very first curved smartphone. It actually bends. It's got a 6-inch screen, so it's really huge. If I hold this in my hands here like this, it feels like a really immersive cinematic experience, like you're watching a movie on this thing, yet it's thin and light, can fit in your pocket. It's very, very easy to hear on, a very outstanding voice experience because it curves to your face. And as you can see right here on camera, it's actually curved, and if you watch this, if you did this to a regular phone, watch what I'm going to do here. I push it down and see it bend. It can actually flex, so the battery flexes, the screen flexes. You won't break it if you sit down in your pocket. This is the start of something really, really big here going forward, flexible electronics.
Any new surprises and lifestyle upgrades in technology?
If you do a lot of biking and you need directions, say you're trying new routes, you can't pull out your phone or device and look as you're going along. But with this, you can attach it to your handlebars. It attaches to your phone through Bluetooth, and then it can give you directions on the handlebars, both with visual indicators or talking to you. So in other words, if you're trying new routes and all that, you can keep your eyes on the road and keep biking and get your directions through that. And it also functions as a calorie counter. It'll tell you how far you've gone and things like that. So again, bringing technology into something we may have already used in our lives and then merging it together. Something else here, this is a Drop Cam Pro. This is a wireless home monitoring camera. It's one of their newer ones. High definition, super easy to set up. You hook it up to your wireless system in your house, then you can use your smartphone to view live video from your home, and it will also store video, so record. It can have a motion sensor, so it can start recording if something moves in the room. So if you want to keep an eye on what's going on in your house when you're away, you can use something like this. Easy to set up, not too expensive. And then if you're tracking your own fitness, another big thing here at the show, Rosalie, is wearables and things that you wear on your body to give you information in real time. And this is the LG LifeBand Touch, and this is a bracelet, and we've seen things like this for the last year or two, but this is kind of the next generation. It's got a high-end OLED screen here that turns on automatically when you move. You don't have to touch anything, and it monitors things like heart rate and how many steps you've taken, and it puts that through Bluetooth to your phone. It also comes with a pair of headphones here, and they just look like normal earphones. Listen to your music, take a phone call, but these actually can monitor your heart rate as well. So you're listening to music, you're getting a heart rate monitored, and this is another big trend here at CES and going forward for the next few years are wearable devices that add information to your life real time as you're walking around but aren't really obtrusive.
And this type of technology will save lives for many runners who've had heart attacks while running.
Absolutely. This can save lives. You can monitor your bodily functions like the heart rate and all that. And actually, you want to talk about the future because we're future focused here at CES. This is just the first step. A few years down the road, you're going to have things that can monitor brainwave activity. You're going to have devices, this sounds right out of science fiction, but little chips you can implant in your skin and read your blood real time to monitor those vital life signs like impending heart attack. So this is just the beginning, but we're heading into an era where you'll be able to take technology and put it on and in your body and get real-time information that can help you live a better life.
So people need to research before attending the show.
Do your research, know what you want to find out about, and the rest you can find out online by reading some of those technology blogs.
Thanks, Todd, for showcasing the latest and hottest innovations in technology.
Hey, thanks for having me. Take care.
Technology has spread into every aspect of our lives, including healthcare. And it also introduces solutions that help create a proactive approach for today's veterans to better understand and make informed decisions about their health care. We recently went out to visit the folks at the VA Medical Center in West Palm Beach to learn more about My Healthy Vet, the VA's online personal health care record designed for veterans and active service members. It helps them make more informed decisions to help manage their health care. We met with Elaine Oliver, the communications specialist and coordinator for My Healthy Vet, to get an overview. All right, first of all, tell us about this exciting new program.
Well, actually, Rosalie, it's not new. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary, and what My Healthy Vet is, it's a personal health record that patients and their families can use to take charge and become more involved in their health care.
All right, so take us through that. What does a vet do to be a part of this My Healthy Vet program?
Well, in order to access the features of My Healthy Vet, they have to complete a 3-step registration process. And with each step, they have gained additional access to all the features in My Healthy Vet.
Tell us a little bit about some of the features of the program.
Some of our newer features are secure messaging, where they can email doctors, and the doctors have 3 business days in which to respond back to the patients. Another feature is they can access their medical record through our Blue Button tool. They can access their entire medical record instead of coming into the hospital. And another feature is they can actually use a feature called My Goals. If they have a goal they want to set, say they want to get a job or lose weight or increase their exercise, it's a little program it's an interactive tool that the patients can use to accomplish their goals.
So I understand that it takes 3 days or more to turn around some of this, but if a patient was then trying to communicate with his doctor, what kind of privacy is involved?
Well, the only people that would respond to the message would be a member of the secure messaging team, which would be the doctor or the nurse on the team. We focus heavily on the patient's privacy, and they would respond to the patient as needed.
And here in West Palm Beach, how many people do you have participating?
Well, 60% of our population is registered on My Healthy Vet currently.
Okay, and that 40%, is that because that's the elder vets?
Yes, the elder vets actually from 60 to 70 are the patients that most use My Healthy Vet, surprisingly.
Oh, awesome. So they are there tapping those little keys, huh?
Yes,
That's great. So let's talk about the secure messaging. They put out a message to their doctor. Can they also find out what the doctor reported in some of their medical records?
Yes, we have a new tool. It's called Blue Button, where the patient can actually download their entire medical record from their home computers.
And they can study that themselves?
Yes, they can become familiar with the terminology, and they become more involved with their healthcare that way. For more information, they can go to myhealth.va.gov, or they can contact their My Healthy Vet coordinator at their local VA medical center.
Thank you so much, Elaine, for bringing all this information to our viewers, and great job. Chris Deepak, veteran and VA Medical Center employee, sat down with us to demonstrate how easy it is to register at My Healthy Vet.
When the vets first get here, we ask them to come to the front desk of the library so we can make sure they're not already previously registered. Some folks did in 2008, 2009, and just don't recall it. After that, I'll invite them over to a computer. We'll sit them down. They do the typing. Since we're not allowed to, I'll bring up the screen here. First time registers will click here on the green box that says register today. It will bring up this form, fill it out. After you complete the form, you'll click save. After saving, you'll fill out a form, which is an in-person authentication, release of information form. You bring it to the front desk of your local VA or wherever they do the authentications. You provide them with a photo ID. They'll authenticate you, and then that will allow you to go to the third step, which is opting into secure messaging.
All right, Chris, thank you for leading us through this registration and all the multitasking you do as a vet.
You're quite welcome. I urge all veterans to enroll in this. It's great.
The VA medical centers nationwide provide a secured communication resource that offers veterans medical records to be viewed in the comfort of their home. As a pioneer in secure messaging, Dr. Saida Schillingford, Associate Chief in Primary Care at the VA Medical Center, presented how patients who are well informed will benefit from open communications with their healthcare providers through My Healthy Vet. In the beginning, was there any kinks in the system like we're having in other systems in this country?
Well, I think in the beginning, the only real kink that we would have is that we were trying to make sure that everybody was fully aware of the system. So in my perfect world, what I would have liked to have done was have a lot more patients be very more aware of what was going on and the fact that the service was available. So that I think would probably have been our biggest kink when we were initially implementing the secure messaging.
Right, getting that message out so more people knew about it, so they felt more at ease and registering and using this technology.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's the big picture, doctor? How is this going to help your patients? We heard that, you know, patients can communicate through their doctors through this now, but what does it do for you on your end?
So what this allows us to do is to have more communication with our patients. It allows them to become significantly more engaged with their health care. They are able to have a dialogue back and forth between us, the team, as well as the patient, so that we can go back and forth, discuss issues that are pertinent to them, and then resolve them sometimes without them having to come in and take the time to make it to the medical center.
All right, so doctor, so this is a secure form of communication. There's no way, it's not like Outlook or any of these others that can be broke into, or my AOL account or any of that.
This is a completely secure mechanism in which the patient can directly, from their own computer, email us, and it's in a secure fashion. It's not the same as Outlook, it's not the same as AOL. It is a completely separate system. It's almost as though they're going into their medical records through our portal.
And this is a project that'll actually equate in a better wellness for the patient.
Absolutely.
All right, great. Thank you so much, doctor. It was great speaking with you as our pioneer at the VA Medical Center. If you're committed to improving your quality of lifestyle, take a proactive approach and become active in your everyday lifestyle, and openly discuss your health concerns with your healthcare provider. And consider using some of the newest monitoring devices to help you make informed decisions that will increase your quality of life and wellness. Share with us how you openly communicate with your doctor or healthcare provider at facebook.com/Rosalie Show, or visit us at rosaliearchershow.com. So be active and healthy, and we'll see you soon.